Albania is where Europe forgot to. that subscribe button and follow Echo Nomad for more destinations that haven't been discovered yet. Drop a comment telling us which Albanian experience you're chasing. Are you Team Ottoman Heritage with Berat and Gjirokastër, Team Beach Paradise with Sarandi and Ksamil, or Team Mountain Adventure with Theth and Valbona Valley?